Demanding, not asking. That's the message from Quadren Wilson's supporters delivered to the sheriff outside the Dane County Jail. We are live there with what they want and what we still don't know.
Also, the great pandemic debate, to mask or not. It's on people's minds in Dane County. Tonight, we're hearing from you.
And we got one-on-one after year one with the Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes, his regrets and his goals for year two. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. It's been 8 days since Quadren Wilson's family say police shot him in the back 5 times. In the week since, they've grown more and more frustrated with a lack of information. Tonight, we have a few new details of what happened last Thursday in Madison, and that includes who was there and how many law enforcement officers were there. The Dane County Sheriff says 21 officers from local, state, and federal agencies were working to arrest Quadren Wilson last Thursday near the intersection of American Parkway and East Park Boulevard. During the arrest, 2 agents from the state's Division of Criminal Investigation fired their weapons. Wilson was injured and taken to a local hospital for treatment. His family says he was shot 5 times and that he was unarmed. Police have not confirmed either of those things. Dane County Sheriff's Office handling the investigation here. They say no one had body cameras at the scene. Crime scene investigators still processing evidence. The sheriff asking the community for patience here. There are still several unanswered questions. Investigators have not clarified whether officers shot Wilson or where he was shot. It's also unclear how severe Wilson's injuries were, whether or not he was armed, or even why he was being arrested. Frustration over a lack of those answers boiled over today outside the Dane County Jail. And that is where Wilson's family and supporters brought signs, bullhorns, and passions this afternoon. Our Tahlil Moadine was there and joins us now. Tahlil?
A couple dozen of Quadren Wilson supporters showed up outside of the county jail to once again demand more transparency in the officer-involved shooting. For just under an hour, they blocked off the street outside of the jail. They blocked off that street outside of the jail, Doty Street, demanding the names be released of the 2 DCI officers we now know were involved in the shooting. They're also demanding dash cam footage be made public. Dissatisfied with the traffic cam footage Madison police earlier this week, which shows the incident moments after the shooting. A local activist demanded to speak with Sheriff Calvin Barrett, whose office is investigating the shooting.
Why don't we have those officers' names? Somebody tell me why. Because it's a cover-up. That's what it is. Another black man shot, almost killed by those who are paid to protect and serve.
Family and supporters are also demanding the jail readmit Wilson to UW Hospital. His brother, Maine Morris, says his main concern has been his brother's health. Now, towards the end of today's gathering, his brother, Maine Morris, who I just mentioned, held up that phone and said it was Wilson on the phone. The person on the phone then said that they were not getting adequate care in the jail. Neither Wilson's family or lawyer know or understand why he was arrested at this point.
Tahlil, thank you.
Well, you may have seen a few flakes falling this afternoon, but it is the cold we're getting ready for this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the patio has the details. Gary?
Yeah, temperatures were in the upper 30s and lower 40s earlier today, but a band of light snow showers moved on through. You can see that moving through southern Wisconsin. Visibilities may drop off a little bit when that band comes through, but for the most part, very little snow accumulations expected. You can see the visibilities are a little bit lower eastward toward Milwaukee, whereas farther to the west, it's mainly just some snow flurries that are falling. High temperatures today were in the lower 40s here in Madison and Janesville, but take a look where temperatures are now. Down into the 20s west of Madison, and wind chills right now are dropping into the teens and single digits. We do have an alert day in the forecast for Thursday for the potential for a winter storm system. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes. Otherwise, look for temperatures to drop to around 5 degrees by tomorrow morning with wind chills down to 15 below zero. It looks like a cold weekend. High tomorrow only at 13 degrees. Again, later on, I'll take a look at that winter storm potential for Thursday of next week.
Gary, thank you. Today, U.S. regulators put the brakes on their push to give children under 5 COVID vaccines. The FDA recently urged Pfizer to apply for emergency authorization to use extra low doses before studies were finished, citing the toll that Omicron has taken on children. Today, the FDA said it is clear more data is needed as to how well a 3rd shot works for the age group. Pfizer expects to release that information by April.
The latest data from Public Health Madison-Dane County shows a continuing downward trend in positive COVID cases in all age groups in Dane County. Health leaders say the county has averaged 569 new COVID cases a day over the last 2 weeks. The average number of COVID hospitalizations also down to about 132. Officials also say more than half the county's population is up to date on their vaccinations. PHMDC credits the strong vaccination rate for the much lower death rate in Dane County compared to the rest of the state.
Those numbers will help determine how long the county mask mandate remains in effect. Dr. Jeff Potoff with UW Health told Live at 4 earlier this week that doctors would like to see 50 or fewer cases per 100,000 people and the positivity rate drop to 8%.
Once you get to that level, the prevalence of the disease is low enough where, the likelihood of coming in contact with someone who has COVID is so low that the masks don't offer as much benefit as they do when those cases are much higher. So we could get there in the next, few weeks.
But it's wait and see. That's about all Dane County health leaders are telling us this week about another potential mask mandate extension.
But you are telling us a lot more. Our Brad Hamilton is live in Madison. He checked in with dozens of people today about how they feel about this matter. Brad, what did you hear?
Well, Susan and Eric, I'm going to warn you because I'm not an expert in polling, but we did talk to 37 people throughout Dane County today. It was pretty much a split vote, 19 to 18 in favor of those that want to end the mandate. Now, a reminder that the mask mandate ends on March 1st, but that mandate could get extended again, which would be for the 7th time since August when those masks returned. However, we won't find out an answer to that question for a week or two, according to public health officials. The one big takeaway that in talking with folks today was this: whether they were for the mandate extension or against it, people knew their answer almost immediately.
Dude, I'd vote against it. I'm about sick of it.
They can put a mask on to keep everyone healthy. I think that's the least they could do, and it doesn't hurt anybody. It's not hard.
Dane County is the only county in the state under a mask mandate, although the city of Milwaukee has one as well. Our mandate returned in mid-August after 2 months without it. Now, coming up at 6, we are going to hear more from people that we spoke with today, as well as a doctor from UW Health. Susan and Eric?
We will see you at 6. Brad, thank you. Darrell Brooks appeared in a Waukesha County courtroom today for an arraignment hearing. Brooks is accused of killing 6 people and injuring dozens more when he drove an SUV through a Waukesha Christmas parade last year. He is facing 77 charges, including 6 counts of homicide and multiple counts of reckless endangerment. Today, Brooks's attorneys entered not guilty pleas for him. He will be back in court next month. Today, the suspect in a deadly hit and run in East Madison made his initial court appearance. Marcus Longino is facing 8 charges, including 6 felonies from the crash. He was on probation at the time of the crash. 65-year-old Barbara Olson was killed in the incident. Her daughter spoke today at the hearing.
My heart is broken. The person who tethers you to this world, the one person who makes you feel like you belong somewhere. This person has been taken from me.
Olson's daughter also said the criminal justice system failed her family for allowing Longino to be on the streets. A court commissioner set a cash bail of $150,000.
February marks 1 year since Chief Sean Barnes came to lead Madison's police department. After one of its most tumultuous years in 2020, he says that looking back at his first year is, by and large, a success story. Naomi Cole sat down with the chief today. Naomi?
Barnes has seen his share of controversy this past year, but by and large, he sees 2021 as one that fostered community growth. A look back at some of the harder headlines of 2021.
That is just something that I won't back down on.
And a look into what's to come.
I want to really dig deeper into problem-oriented policing.
In his first year leading Madison's police department, Chief Sean Barnes became the subject of an ongoing investigation into a civil rights complaint from a now former officer. He's also faced controversy in how he handled a sex scandal involving a lieutenant, whom he first identified as an officer.
So if you wear a badge, you were an officer.
And later, threats to find and fire the police who first leaked Lieutenant Reginald Patterson's name to the press.
We cannot leak confidential information period.
But his one regret from the past year, not spending enough time with his officers after arriving during budget season and taking dozens of community meetings.
But if I could change anything, probably spending more time internally with the officers, understanding, what they're going through and how to make their job a little bit easier.
He's proud overall of the year Madison police had.
In 2020, we saw 180 straight days of protests. We didn't see that in 2021, and that's because our officers really recommitted themselves to getting to know the community.
And looking forward, it's problem-oriented policing that he wants to dig into for a department he says he hopes to lead for years to come. A strategy using a 4-point model to analyze and find long-term solutions to community crimes. That model, by the way, was developed by a UW professor, Herman Goldstein, making Madison one of the founding police departments to use what's now a strategy used nationwide.
Naomi, thank you. The U.S. warning U.S. citizens in Ukraine to leave now, saying they will not be rescued if Russia invades. In an interview, President Biden compared Russian and American troops shooting each other to a world war. Today, he held a conference call with world leaders to discuss Russia's continued buildup of military forces along the Ukraine border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the State Department is drawing down personnel from the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine due to what he calls troubling signs of Russian escalation.
We're in a window when an invasion could begin at any time. And to be clear, that includes during the Olympics.
U.S. Air Force announced today it's deploying an F-16 squadron to Romania to enhance security. This is on top of the nearly 2,000 U.S. soldiers who arrived in the country earlier this week. President Biden plans to take seized money from the Afghan central bank, split that money, half to the Afghan people, the other half for the families of the victims of the 9/11 attacks.
An attorney representing the families calls it welcome news. Skylar Henry has more.
Behind closed doors, President Biden signed an executive order to place $7 billion in U.S.-based assets from Afghanistan's central bank into one account in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. It's just the first step as the Biden administration seeks to split the money, with half to meet the basic needs of the Afghan people and the other half subject to lawsuits brought by families of 9/11 victims, as well as other terror victims.
The reaction of our clients has been very favorable. This has been a battle that we've been waging for 20 years now.
Attorney Keith Franz represents 17 families impacted by the September 11th attacks. He says some of his clients, like many other families, are still awaiting judgments for damages.
It creates a clear path for us to tap into these resources in order to pay appropriate and legitimate judgments.
This week, a Senate panel heard testimony about the humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan as the country faces severe hunger and economic issues under Taliban rule.
Less than 2% of Afghans will have enough to eat this winter. Media reports of young girls being sold into marriage are true. Media reports of people having to sell their organs to feed themselves, also true.
The $3.5 billion designated for the Afghan people under Friday's executive order is in addition to the more than $800 million in humanitarian aid the U.S. has already allocated since mid-August. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
More than $2 billion in additional funds from the Afghan central bank are also currently being held in Germany, the UK, Switzerland, and the United Arab Emirates.
Coming up next, a farewell address from UW System President Tommy Thompson.
We'll share his special message about what the role has taught him when we return. And later, a new program at the UW is helping more teachers pay off student loans. We'll have details on today's call for action at 6.
The numbers on Wall Street taking a tumble to end the week. The Dow falling more than 503 points. The NASDAQ plummets more than 394, and the S&P was down 85, rather. And we'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray. Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical is back. Don't miss Hairspray.
At Overture, February 22nd through 27th. Tickets at overture.org.
3 days only, shop the winter bonus sale at Grand Appliance for outstanding deals. Like this Frigidaire dishwasher for $448. This GE top-load washer for just $648. Or this 28 cubic foot Samsung French door fridge for just $1498. That's not all. Save up to $1,000 more exclusively at Grand with select purchases of our most popular brands. Don't miss this sale. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Readers rejoice. Madison Magazine's Big Book List is back. Choose from dozens of new local titles. Meet amazing Wisconsin authors. And visit indie bookstores thriving in challenging times. Check out Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
News 3 Now is always on.
Get the Channel 3000 app, activate the push alerts, and we will send you breaking news, traffic, and weather alerts as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Everybody, it's me, Tracy Turnblad, from Hairspray, Broadway's Tony Award-winning Best Musical, and we're dancing our way to your city. Don't miss Hairspray.
At Overture, February 22nd through 27th. Tickets at overture.org.
Saturday morning, we'll have the weekend's top headlines, including the latest on a Canada blockade that's impacting auto industries. Plus, we'll have updates on a possible winter storm headed our way. Julian Starrett will time it out Saturday at 5 and 8.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
Yeah. You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Wisconsin DNR says a federal court ruling has ended wolf hunting seasons in Wisconsin. The ruling yesterday returns wolves to the federal endangered species list. The DNR will review the ruling to determine how it affects those who bought licenses for the fall wolf hunt. They say the wolf population in Wisconsin remains healthy. The DNR says it'll continue to help people who have conflicts with wolves through an agreement with the USDA.
Today, UW System President Tommy Thompson gave his farewell address. Thompson took the temporary job in July of 2020 and held it until a permanent successor was named. The Board of Regents was slated to vote later today to remove interim before his title for the final month of his time on the job. One last symbol of appreciation for the work Thompson has done. He got emotional during the speech as he thanked the Regents for the honor of the leadership role.
I am grateful to you for allowing me to lead in the only way I know how. With all my heart, the deepest affection for the state and its many gifts.
Thompson's tenure ends March 18th, making way for incoming President Jay Rothman. Well, let's get a look now at your certified most accurate weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti. Gary?
Well, after temperatures that warmed up last night, after a little bit of light snow, we had some rain showers during the day, and now we're back to snow showers as a surge of colder air starts sweeping southeastward across the state. You can see this band of snow moving through the Milwaukee area. Still some flurries back into the La Crosse area, but skies are actually clearing out back toward the Twin Cities, so we should see our temperatures drop off pretty quickly tonight as the skies clear out. Visibilities right now, for the most part, in pretty good shape. 3-mile visibility with some light snow in Madison, but most of the major reporting stations still seeing visibilities in pretty good shape. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for a cold weekend. After seeing temperatures today in the lower 40s, we drop back into the middle teens for tomorrow and for Sunday as well. We'll see dry weather with a quick warm-up early next week. Temperatures will go into the upper 20s on Monday, middle 30s on Tuesday, and probably low to mid 40s on Wednesday with some rain showers. But we have the potential for snow, maybe some ice ice as well from Wednesday night into Thursday of next week, and that bears some watching. Future track from the USGFS computer model by Wednesday 4 p.m. shows generally rain across southern Wisconsin, but a mixture of rain and snow, maybe some freezing rain farther to the north and west, and then a changeover to snow. And as the temperatures drop, the moisture kind of stays in place. So look at the changeover here. Freezing rain down toward the Illinois state line by early on Thursday morning. Mainly snow at that time from Madison to the north and west. It continues through much of the afternoon, with the snow possibly becoming heavy during the early to mid-afternoon hours, and then the whole system pulls off to the east pretty quickly, so that by early Friday morning the snow has either tapered to flurries or completely ended. The European computer model showing the potential for a moderate snowstorm across southern Wisconsin, with the bullseye area right over southeastern Wisconsin. The ice potential would be higher down to the south in northern Illinois. Some areas could pick up over a ½ inch of freezing rain. Take a look at the GFS or US computer model. Again, the freezing rain potential higher to the south. I hesitate to even show this, but this is the snowfall potential from that storm. Again, the storm is still way out in the Pacific Ocean. There's a lot of time for things to change, but there's enough uncertainty in the forecast with the potential for that storm that we do have an alert day in the forecast. But tomorrow, no doubt about that, we're going to be much colder. 13 for the high with partly sunny skies, maybe a couple of flurries tomorrow night and Sunday night as well. Sunday's high at 15. Then that warm up early next week, those temperatures in the 40s on Wednesday with rain, but then a sharp drop in temperatures. We turn windy and colder. The high on Thursday, 31 early in the day with temperatures in the 20s. That will change everything to snow. And then after the system, looks like a period of quiet weather with near normal temperatures. As we check out First Warn traffic, here's the view of the Beltline from the DOT camera. This is at Gammon Road. Traffic now moving pretty steadily in both directions. There was a stalled vehicle still showing up on the map here, but it looks like that may have been cleared. Otherwise, seeing some delays on the eastbound Beltline between Park Street and Monona Drive. Traffic time right now on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate will take you 19 minutes, 17 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Little increase in traffic southbound of the Beltline, 3990 from the Beltline to Janesville, 27 minutes. Middleton to Sauk City will take you 16 minutes on US 12. Downtown to Sun Prairie is an 18-minute commute. That's your news for now. First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And ahead at 5 during this Black History Month, we laud the achievements of black-owned businesses, how far they have come, and how much work is left to be done. Coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Vitense Golfland offers a free Top Tracer golf range experience. Obtain valuable shot information with warm-up, track your shot history with My Practice, play virtual golf, long drive, points game, go fish. Only at Vitense Golfland.
Kyle Busch, welcome to Menards. What can I help you with today? Well, I've got my shopping list right here. I need some green treated lumber. I need a brown Mastercraft door. I need red Clearview cabinets and some blue Dutch Boy paint. Those are M&Ms. And?
At Menards, we carry the world's best selection of home improvement products to help you complete your next project.
You've got more of these, right? It's all gonna fit in your car? I got a trunk.
Save big money at Menards.
Supply chain backlogs, inflation, agitation.
Here's an idea. If we make things here in America, supply chain issues won't be a thing anymore. That's exactly how we built the Bucks Arena, by having 80% of the materials come from Wisconsin. We did the same by paying higher wages. That's how you know, as your senator, I'll get things done. Raising people's wages, make things in America, finally stand up to China. I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message because it's time to put more money in the pockets of working people.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids Recipe for Health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sonobello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sonobello
Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
Vitense Golfland offers 2 golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play great golf courses with unmatched viewing clarity. Play different sports such as football and soccer. Have fun with Zombie Ball. Vitense Golfland provides simulator fun for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It is Black History Month, a time to celebrate the achievements of Black Americans, but also to examine the struggles.
One area that tears at the nation is economic inequality. Elise Preston introduces us to a businesswoman who is taking matters into her own hands.
Gwen Jameer started her hair care company from her Detroit kitchen with a leap of faith. Newly divorced, a single mother with just $32 in the bank, she saw a hole in the market and decided to fill it.
Naturalicious basically is a line dedicated to creating time-saving beauty solutions for busy women.
She launched Naturalicious in 2013, now with 11 employees and a 5,000 square foot warehouse. Her products sell at major retailers, including Whole Foods, Sally Beauty, and Ulta.com.
I'm so proud that I just had the tenacity to just keep going despite only having $32 and trying to figure out how in the world do I pay my bills.
Economists believe what Jameer has achieved could be a key to addressing economic inequality in the U.S.
We're kind of the richest economy per capita in the world, and we still have these huge levels of inequality where a lot of people are extremely poor. Well, that's just not acceptable.
Robert Fairley is a professor at UC Santa Cruz. His research shows there are more than 15 million active business owners in the U.S., but fewer than 1.5 million are Black. Economists say entrepreneurship is critical in creating wealth and supporting communities.
It reduces unemployment locally, often in minority communities, and that's extremely important.
Jameer is now helping her community while also creating financial security for 11-year-old Caden.
In the back of my mind, I always knew, like, okay, when he turns 5, 10, 20, 35, 50 years old, I want him to have this story, and I want that to be an example for him.
A role model for her son and for future entrepreneurs. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Research shows after plunging early in the pandemic, Black-owned businesses have had the strongest rebound rate.
We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast when we return.
At Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day sale, save big on top brands. Millions of dollars worth of inventory in stock and ready to go. All with no interest financing for 18 months. No one in Wisconsin has appliance offers like these. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline and East Springs Drive.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about Everyday Verzenio.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
iMart Express is the only place where you can count on same-day service. Thanks to our local labs, shop our huge selection and get quality glasses at a price you'll love. And see better today. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Trains are coming to Madison, in miniature that is, at the 54th Mad City Model Railroad Show, February 19th and 20th at the Alliant Energy Center. Get caught up in 90,000 square feet of trains, clinics, and exhibits, with almost 300 vendor tables featuring train merchandise, toys, hobby supplies, railroad antiques, collectibles, and much more. Many door prizes and 4 train sets will be given away each day. It's a great entertainment value for the whole family. Saturday and Sunday, February 19th and 20th at the Alliant Energy Center. Save online.
Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 65% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in-store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley.
Let's go back to Gary. Final check of the weekend forecast.
Watching a little band of snow showers and flurries moving on through southern Wisconsin. Shouldn't amount to very much, and most of those will be gone by mid-evening. Temperatures, though, continue to drop, now into the upper 20s in Madison, mid-20s farther to the north and west, where wind chills are dropping to around 10 degrees out toward La Crosse. Look for a low of about 5 with wind chills to 15 below 0 in the morning. The high tomorrow at 13. A warm-up early next week, and the potential for a winter storm about Thursday. An alert day in the forecast then.
All right, Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.